Are we back on air?
Yeah, we're back on air, and I want to talk. I want to get back to the the diary, which I'm finding very, very interesting. Although, I mean, are we ready to move on? Because I had some questions about.
We can come back to it if you like.
No, I keep going.
You know what? Let's read one more entry because I have to tell you, there's 3 pages of this, and we could do this for literally for 20 hours because it's fucking unbelievable.
Point out to me though. Do me a favor and point out to me when the second writer comes.
I don't think we're going to get there because the second writer comes in.
Oh, way late.
Yeah, and appears to have written some type of poem.
Okay, let me ask. Yeah, I asked him to write it. You wrote a poem?
A haiku.
A haiku. Great. Here's a question I have for you before Mark continues.
Yeah.
We'll close with the haiku.
Yeah, we'll close with a haiku. Would you be willing to write a haiku each week for us?
Yeah, something like that.
We'll call it like the new haiku.
The haiku.
The new haiku.
Mark seems to really want to call it the new haiku.
What do you mean? Because it's new? Because we didn't do it last week?
Because if you will write something different than this week, that's usually called new.
All right.
Oh, you like that? Okay. Great. I'm glad you found that amusing.
Like
Did it
the
occur
new
to you?
haiku.
Did it occur to you? Let me ask you this question because I'm interested in this. Did it occur to you that you may get yourself in a little bit of trouble dictating a just pick a way to sit and then just stay with it.
It's literally like a 4-year-old with a 2-year-old's brain.
Yeah, it is. I would say you're right. I mean, you're exactly right. It's like a 4-year-old but with a younger person's brain. That's exactly what it is. How you doing now? You okay?
Good, pretty good.
Okay.
Can you go back to your original?
Yeah, I just want to get right in front of this guy.
Yeah, that microphone will move wherever you want it to be.
All right.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna keep talking while you.
No, I'm done.
Okay. Did it occur to you that you might get yourself into a little bit of trouble dictating a journal about getting,
every day.
Hand jobs.
Hand jobs
every day with her. It's just and one thing after another.
No. No. See, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Yet again, you're missing what I'm saying. Any girlfriend would get upset at you dictating stories about how much you love getting happy endings.
But see where she misses, and I think most girlfriends, like you say, would miss is it has nothing to do with. I am in love with. I really like my girlfriend.
He backed right out of it.
Wow.
But
did it just occur to you that she may hear this, and then is that what happened?
I'm in love with my girlfriend, but
yeah,
I need to be. She's not ready to do that, and if she was, I wouldn't want her to, because I want it to be kind of
She's not ready to do what?
The hand job type. Well, she'll give me a hand job, but it's not going to be the same. I want it to be.
Hey, you
with
want
a
to pay her?
I don't want to pay her.
You want it to be somebody different.
A different, random. These women, I'll tell you this, another thing. They're not attractive. They're not. I don't find
what
them,
a bonus!
Yeah. You say bonus. They're not sexually attractive women.
Right.
I wouldn't want to really,
Let me get back
coitus.
to you wouldn't want to have sex with these women. You're just happy that they're giving you a hand job, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Why is she so upset about it?
Well, why don't you answer that? Why would she be upset?
I was saying that rhetorically. Was that
I'm turning your question back onto you.
Why?
Yeah, why do you think she'd be
I
upset?
think
Why
she's
do you
so
think
upset
she'd
about
be
it?
upset?
I
Yeah.
think she's got the wrong idea. I think she thinks that I'm doing it because I don't love her and that she can't satisfy my needs or something like that. It has nothing to do with that. It's got nothing to do with it.
Right, but don't you think that your intentions don't matter? It's not why you're doing it. It's the fact
I
that
think
a
the
foreign.
only thing that matters
it's
is
the
my
fact that
intentions.
some stranger outside of her is touching your genitalia.
And you're reading this to her. That's the issue that I'm having.
I was just trying to be honest. I've found that being honest about these types of things is probably the best policy.
Okay. Now,
it's probably the best
so she
policy.
did get upset, though, right? And left the room?
No.
All I'm going to ask you to do is just pay attention
Yeah,
just
I'm
for
sorry.
like another 30 minutes.
Sure.
She did get upset, though, and
left the room.
And leave the room.
She
She left the room.
She left the room.
Yeah.
She leave
went
the
ahead
room?
and left.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you sucking on there, Jessica?
A Jolly Rancher.
Jolly
Okay.
Rancher.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
clearly
it's a
you
Jolly
have no issue with your girlfriend knowing that you do this. And can you actually pay attention?
Yeah, you got to pay
No,
attention.
no, I just want to have a whole. I have a little bit of a sore throat.
Yeah, but leave that stuff out of it because you're gonna sound worse than you do.
Okay.
You have no problem with doing this and telling your girlfriend that you're doing this. You're very upfront. Have you always been upfront in your relationships about, hey, I'm
No,
going over to the
not at
Koreatown
all.
to get a hand job. I'll see you later.
No,
I'll
no.
meet you for dinner.
I'll tell you, the previous girlfriends I've had, I've not been too on. I'm not a good boyfriend, apparently, and I think a lot of it has
Well, you're
to
21.
21 years old. I think that probably my first relationship when I was 15, I stole her dad's car, and I drove it away, and I drove to New York for 3 days.
Without her?
Without her. I got pulled over. I didn't have a license.
You were sad.
I was really, really filled with sorrow, and I came back. I got deported back, and
What do you mean you got deported back?
Yeah, what do you mean you got deported back? What does that mean?
well, deported back to the
To the States?
no,
From
to
New
the-
York?
You didn't drive the car to Europe,
Country.
did you?
no. I meant I got
Most people
deported back
don't
to
get deported back
to
here, you know
Maryland,
what I mean?
to Maryland, to Washington D.C. suburbs of Maryland.
We're taken back.
I was taken back.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Nobody
was
deported you,
took
man.
back.
No, you were
Go
were
with the
taken
middle
there.
one that you said.
Yeah.
which was taken.
I had been taken from.
That's correcting. You're getting a grasp of the King's English at this point,
Yeah.
which is good.
And anyway, she didn't like that. Long story short, that kind of behavior kept up for a while. We broke up. Another girlfriend I had, her name was Laura. I was doing a lot of the going out to the clubs. I was doing a lot of heavy drinking at this point. And I did that for a while, and that kind of lifestyle really ruined our relationship. Plus, I was lying to her, cheating on her all the time with other girls and guys, and just being a complete, asshole.
So you don't see.
I'm going to ask him to back up. I need him to back up.
Yeah,
You were
please.
cheating on her with girls and guys? Is that what you just said?
Oh Jesus!
No, not
I didn't even
girls.
think that was
No,
odd
no,
that he said
because
that for him.
I understand, buddy, because at a certain point I stopped listening too.
Yeah.
So I understand.
I mean, I
just
literally
go,
was just
he's gonna
like,
go
what's
on
the
and-
score of the game? That's where my head just went.
So you said, I'm just quoting you back to you, that you were cheating on her with girls and guys. So what did you mean by that?
I meant, no. Sexually cheating with only women, but
Emotionally cheating with
Emotionally cheating with guys?
yeah.
Okay. Really? Yes? Yes. Okay. I didn't expect you to agree to
See,
that.
I'll tell you an honest truth. I fancy the gay bars
Well,
just
that poses that poses a lot of questions.
There's a whole
Yeah.
other show about that.
Yeah.
I don't understand. So you fancy gay bars because you're gay?
no. Not because I'm gay, but they.
I don't know that a straight man has ever said I fancy anything.
Yeah. First of all, you fancy?
You fancy the gay bars.
I fancy the gay
How
bars.
come?
There's this happy vibe, and
That's
then also
true.
Yeah,
you
that
know
is-
what?
that
I
is
totally
true.
agree with you. They
Yeah.
look like something's going on in
Yeah.
there that is
There's
just
loud
happier
music.
than anything
Yeah.
else. I'm jealous of that
Fashionable.
myself. Honestly,
Yeah.
I drive on like Santa Monica, and you look into like Rage and some
Yeah.
of those other places, and they
Gay.
just look like they're having a better time.
It's a
than we
wonderful
all
life
are.
in there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
don't like to think about what they're doing.
no,
couple
yeah.
hours
What
later.
Yeah.
what happens underneath the carpet?
What happens underneath the carpet?
Now wait a minute. Do you
What do you
mean?
mean by
Let's
that?
back that up. Do you mean to tell me that you think things happen underneath their carpet? They get under the carpet?
No. The analogy, the saying.
No, that's not a saying.
But that's not a saying.
No one.
Again, that's not a saying.
It's
So-
also like Andrew said the other day. He said, you hit the pigeon in the face
hit
with
the
that
pigeon
one.
in the face. Now, what interests me here always
It's a
is
saying as well.
Well,
No,
it's
it's
not
not.
a saying
It's
if you say
it's
it.
like you hit the duck on the head, you hit the pigeon in the face.
You hit the duck on the head?
yeah. No, that's not a saying either. And what I find very interesting is
saying.
the root of this. That must be you're
That's
thinking,
a regional thing.
no. What I'm. I don't think it's a regional thing. I don't
Yeah.
think there's any region that
I
they
lived
say
in
that.
D.C. for 8 years. We never said you hit the pigeon in the face, man.
And what goes on under the rug? I think you're thinking about something that gets swept under the rug. Is that what you're thinking?
No. Kind of like
Between
what
the sheets?
happens-
Is that what you're trying to say?
What happens behind curtains? What happens under the rug? What happens?
But it's
no,
not a
it's the
saying.
same idea.
Behind closed doors
you
is
say,
fine.
I just that's what I mean. That's all.
Yeah,
I
but
mean.
you don't say like
Yeah, but
underneath
you
the
know,
rug.
What he does a little bit is he invents.
Yeah, he just makes
sayings.
things up. What happens next to the auto is up to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's very good, Mark. What happens next to the car?
No, but that's not even the fake saying that he just said. You just changed his fake saying. It's all completely meaningless.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah. Anyway, what I'm saying about the gay bars is I don't fancy gay men, They don't.
Why are you going in there? Just because
I'm going in there. I'm going in there sometimes. You know, they make a lot of nice comments. It's a nice little ego boost.
So you're going for attention.
Going for attention a little bit.
No, straight men do that all the time.
Yeah, I think there's
a problem with it.
Yeah, I think there's something in question.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll have to come
there's nothing
back
wrong with
to
that,
it.
but we'll address it over
I mean,
the
I
weeks.
love when I only like to
But
have
something's
sex with
happening
women.
under the rug here about your sexuality, I think.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm straight.
Yeah.
I'm almost like,
pretty sure.
I'm like 95%. They've got a phone ring.
Maybe it's
Hey, it's a caller.
maybe it's our first caller.
You're on, caller?
Caller, you're on?
That's just Jessica's mobile.
Yeah, it's just Jessica's mobile.
All right.
All right, you want to keep going?
I think,
Right.
yeah, because I don't really know where this is going. I know that he ended that with, I'm pretty sure I'm straight, and I think we should address that more
We're
as
gonna have
time
to-
goes on.
Yeah, we'll keep talking about this a
Okay.
little bit because
Yeah.
you are doing a few things that are
to
not
the
are
outsider-
not normal to you know,
outside
straight
world.
living.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll talk about that a little bit.
We'll talk
Okay.
about that more, as you would say, maybe like as the clock flies by.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or something like
As
that.
the world turns.
So
Yeah.
here's another entry
Okay.
in Andrew's journal, which will...
And when we say entry, don't get excited. We're not talking about a male ass. Okay?
Mine didn't
Okay.
even go there.
Great. Go ahead.
All right. I saw a smart car driving down me road.
What's happening?
Again.
What is that? Are you dating Popeye?
No.
What's going on?
She doesn't hail from
So she needs her spinach, and
Driving
She-
down me road. It's like a leprechaun
yeah,
wrote
what
this.
the hell is happening?
Oh my God, we gotta get her in here. Okay.
That would be a good idea. Would she be willing to come in and we can talk to her a little bit about the huge, chaotic mistakes she's making in her life?
about the life-changing event she's
I
about
might
to get into.
yeah.
Okay.
Probably get her in here.
Okay, great. So
Okay.
keep going. Sorry.
Let me
Give her a
start over.
call. Give her a
and
ring.
try to keep it together. I saw a smart car driving down me road today,
Okay.
and I had a rush of disturbing feelings.
Oh.
I don't know what to make of them. They are not smart at all. In fact, they are stupid. I bet the marketing team had a big sally about this.
Had a big Sally about it? What does that mean?
Had a big sally about this.
What does that mean?
It's a big sally.
What is it?
S-A-double-L-Y.
I'm asking
no,
you, Andrew. what's
Because
it-
they
no, like the
aren't
marketing
smart.
thing had a big sally over that.
But what? Again, is that
what
an
does that mean?
expression?
No, that's not. That's
Because
not an expression.
I will tell
I
you
don't-
that
not that I
I'm
know of.
concerned that I'm going to make fun of something that's a real expression.
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
But that- what does
No,
that
no,
mean?
that's-
What do
I
you
mean, maybe that's like
no, like
in
they'll have a
Iceland or
big-
something.
They'll have a
people say
big
that.
joke about it. They'll have a big laugh.
Right, but why did you say the word Sally there? Is that something in your sort of vernacular that's synonymous
I've
with?
used it before.
They're going to get loose of it and have a big sally.
Yeah. Okay.
basically-
I don't think that makes
that
any
may
sense.
not be one that's always used. But I mean, like I said,
I don't know that's one that's ever been used
Yeah.
till now.
I used it right then,
Yeah, you did.
did.
You did.
and you used it.
Well, now hopefully it'll sweep the nation.
All right, so
Yeah.
let's recap it.
I hope so.
And there's more. I don't know what to make of them. They're not smart at all. In fact, they are stupid. I
Smart
bet
cars.
them. No, he's talking about his feelings, I think, because he said I had a rush of disturbing feelings. I don't know what to make of them.
I don't like them.
Are you talking about?
You're talking about smart
the car?
cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet the marketing team had a big sally about this because they aren't smart. They're unsafe.
Unsafe, I may.
Okay.
Unsafe, you may.
Unsafe,
Okay.
I may.
Great.
And they and they just look awful. Plus, the people who drive them feel they're better than me, but the joke's on them. Okay, so you see a smart car, and all of this takes place in your brain?
Yeah, I mean, they're. I hate those things.
How come?
And why?
You know who's got one?
Who?
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Okay.
And do you not like Sugar Ray?
He always calls me David.
Well,
Oh yeah. Now I know a little something about this. So.
wait a minute.
Um,
What just happened?
Yeah. Well, we have about 15 things to go over. Sugar Ray Leonard and you exchanged phone numbers, and he constantly texts you and calls you David.
Calls me David. And I
And
text
you-
him back and say, "Hey Ray, this is Andrew." And then he'll say, "Well then, David," and then finish. And it's just rude.
But then
It's not
you
a nice
you
thing
called
to
this
do.
to my attention, I remember, and I
Yeah.
said, text immediately. My name's not David, it's Andrew.
Yeah.
Right? And you did that, and then the response was,
You want me to look at my phone?
you can't possibly still have it. This was months ago.
You don't, and it'll take you like 2 weeks to find.
Yeah.
Hold
Don't look on your phone.
It's right
but-
here.
Okay.
I'll find it real quick. Okay, I got it.
Okay. What
Okay.
are
All
you
right, so
responding
read it
to?
to us.
I'll read you from the beginning what I said.
Yeah,
Okay,
whatever
so
takes longer.
for the
Said-
listener, this is Andrew reading text that he's received from Sugar Ray Leonard.
Okay, I'm sorry. And when I said David, I meant Dan.
Okay.
Hey Dan, where are you, man? Even fighters need support. Miss you, brother. Ray! Exclamation point, question mark.
Wonder if he fancies.
Yeah. Well,
Hey Ray, this is Andrew. How are you, Dan? Let's grab some coffee sometime. Maybe next week.
yeah, he's clearly not listening to you.
I need to check my schedule, but we can just catch up with stuff. Cool? Question mark. Yes, sounds good, Ray.
Right, because you
Dan, how are you? I'm just checking in with you, Ray. Hey, Ray, how you doing, sir? Would you be around for a coffee? Andrew. Not today, Dan. I will reach out to you in a week. Cool, give me a call. Have a good one, Ray. And then I sent 2 hours later. Really, I was dealing with a lot of stuff,
I
and I
think this
said,
is when you came to me.
"This is when I came to you. We were
Okay.
at dinner
Yeah.
at Daily Grill,
Yeah.
and then you sent. This is Matthew sent this text message. Said you keep calling me Dan. This is not Dan. My name is Andrew.
Yes, so that really clarifies it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does. Okay, Andrew. Sorry, man.
Oh, so I got
Hey,
through to him.
look at that.
But
It worked.
then, it's all good. Want to catch a coffee this week? Cool. Hey Ray, how you doing, man? Hey man, how are you? Leaving town and we'll reach out to you when I get back. Hang in there, Dan. So that's where,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's kind of,
Well, he's a man.
and he's a smart car driver.
Okay, yeah. So
Well, he's a man, though, that made his living taking huge shots to his head.
Right.
What's your excuse?
right.
Well, why I don't want to engage?
What?
I don't want to see, here's the thing.
Wait, what
If
did
this-
you just say?
if
Why
this
he
is-
wants to engage.
This
Oh,
is not.
yeah.
This is why I don't want to. If this was like any other person, I would. And I'm not an aggressive person. I'm a terrible fighter, and I'm a pretty weak.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
he
a
might-
pretty weak man.
Yeah, he might win that fight.
I'm a
Yeah.
pretty weak man.
Yeah,
I'm a
you're-
little weaker than the average.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would say that, but even having said that, if someone said this, I would get a little upset, and I say, hey, listen, this is bullshit. Stop calling me Dan.
Sure.
You keep texting me and calling me Dan, and it's making me sad. So just stop it.
Right.
But
Sadness.
I can't do that because, like you said, this man made his living from beating other men up.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a fighter. I mean, that's what he's.
Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah,
very
Sugar Ray
famous
Leonard.
fighter.
He's a famous world champion.
By profession. Yes.
By profession, he's a hurtful man. And I don't want to aggravate this guy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yes.
He's trained with
Yeah,
tigers.
no, we
and-
understand.
Yeah, no.
The point you're making.
Yeah, he'll kill you. Got it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
But
that's.
But
I mean,
why don't you? So you don't like smart? Just to go way around the corner here, you
Yeah.
don't like smart cars because the man who calls you Dan drives a smart car. That's what this is.
No. That's just more proof for the pudding. That's.
That's more proof for the pudding.
Yeah,
Now
the proof's
that
not-
that
it's
expression
close.
is at least close.
It's close. It's just the four is off.
That's
That's
at least in the same vicinity
Yeah.
as something anyone else has ever said.
I'll tell you another thing. These smart car drivers, these guys are walking around like they own the show. They're walking around. Yeah, they're walking around like they own the show.
Sure.
They're walking around like they're
Totally.
economical. They're walking around like they're innovative. They're walking around like they know something I don't know, but I know something they don't.
And what's that?
They're fucking jackasses, and I hate them.
Okay.
I hate all of them, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not aggressive, but I don't like them. With the, if you ever listen to this, not for him,
Except him.
except him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we
not
know
for him.
why. Because
You're a kind
he's-
man.
The
Yeah.
proof's in his pudding.
Yeah, the proof is in his pudding.
But
But you know what I
Exactly.
mean? You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
just have
Well, I
this
feel that-
arrogance about them.
Listen,
This
I side with
arrogance.
you a little bit on this point. I think that if somebody's driving,
There's no reason to drive that car. It's unsafe. You're gonna put your kid in that car?
I agree with that. It's economical
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
not.
green, but it's certainly nothing to put a family.
Everybody, this whole green thing aggravates me. Everybody's going green, but they're not hypochondriac. That's when you think you're sick. They're what's the word? Hypocrites. They're hypocrites.
Why
they,
are they hypocrites?
They're hypocrites in the sense that they're driving their green car. Their house is more green. They're recycling, but they're still, throwing shit out the window that's not biodegradable. They're fucking peeing everywhere.
No. Hold
I don't know
on.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I will tell you this.
They don't practice it in all aspects of life.
Back
all
it up,
I'm
dude.
saying is if you're going to go one way, go 110%. Don't go half the way.
Go 110%. We don't even know that you.
Listen,
what does
let's-
that mean?
let's
that
go
could, that could mean to
160.
you to not do it at all.
Like my coach said, go. You said it yourself.
Yeah.
I'm using your words.
Yeah, but what if he was
Go-
wrong and it's actually like 200%? But
Well,
hey,
no,
no.
and that's what
What-
I'm saying. Whatever percent. Go
Here's
all
a question
the way.
I have for
That's
you.
A better
So,
way to
are
put
you
it.
telling me that you've actually seen people get out of a Prius and start peeing everywhere?
And throwing garbage while peeing? That's
Yes.
you've never seen that.
I've seen
I
that.
You
think
haven't
what
seen
Andrew
that.
is
Where do
talking
you hang
about here-
out?
I've seen.
He hangs out in gay bars.
I've seen.
Yeah, this
I've
is going on
seen-
at
I've
Rich.
seen a guy leave the McDonald's drive-through driving a Prius, throw the bag out the window.
Okay, well, see, that guy is a hypocrite.
That
guy's
is an
a
idiot.
hypocrite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
For
guy
su-
bought
for
that
sure.
car not because he's trying to go green, because he doesn't want to pay the extra money for gas,
Or because he wants to be trendy.
or he
Right.
wants to be
possible.
trendy. That's
But
exactly it.
But that's the
trendy.
exception.
I think
probably.
another example of something that Andrew's talking about is people who recycle and drive a Prius and then would fly private jets.
I get a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
Right?
A lot of stuff for free.
What?
I get a lot of stuff for free.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, that's just a completely
That's
random
nice.
thing. But congratulations.
Yeah, good.
And what do
good.
you get for free? What do you mean?
Dinner. Do you remember when I told you about that?
You
The
tell me
company
now.
dinner at the Saddle Ranch in Hollywood.
Yeah. But why did you?
Is there a
why did you wanna-
segue?
Yeah. Why did you want to say that right now? We're talking about global warming, and then you said
I don't know.
I get a lot
I'm
of
sorry.
stuff for free.
My mind. I
Yeah,
wandered.
we're talking about global warming and hypocrites, and you're talking about eating
Everyone's
food
a
on Sunset.
hypocrite.
Everyone is.
Everyone, to some degree, is a hypocrite.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
But
in
I'm
what way are
mindful
you?
of the fact that I'm a hypocrite, so I don't claim to be anything. I'm nothing.
Right.
Well, then you're not a hypocrite.
Right. But
I
see,
am not
that's
a
the
hypocrite.
problem. Is
You
that
can't
might be? Go ahead.
You can't be a hypocrite if you don't claim to. If you claim
You
to be
can't
A
be
and you do
too-
B, you're a hypocrite. If you don't claim anything, you
I don't claim shit. That's what I'm saying. It's
Then
like
you're not a hypocrite.
No. Yeah.
I'm not a hypocrite.
That's what he's saying.
I'm not a hypocrite.
You said you were a hypocrite.
I'm not me. I am
Didn't
a
you just say he was a hypocrite?
You're being.
did.
You're actually being hypocritical about being hypocritical.
It's like,
All
I
I'm
don't know if
saying-
it's the lack of sleep or the fact my entire head just spun around my body. I don't know.
That is
just
what
happened?
it feels like to spend some time with Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And you start to question everything. You start
Yeah,
to
it's like The
question
Exorcist.
what's up and down and what's real. And
Yeah.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
think you wanted to talk a little bit about the fact that
Coffee
you're
bean?
able to get free stuff.
Coffee bean.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Wow.
Here's what I mean.
Listen, let's go.
I mean what you just said. You just said you're able to get free
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. I don't know what it is, if I exude some kind of like energy or something, but I don't know. I'm getting a lot of stuff for free these days. I went to the Saddle Ranch with my girlfriend, and the guy came up to me, the manager of the
I
restaurant.
know the story, and I just warn you, it's not interesting on any level. I've heard this story, and it's not interesting at all. But go ahead.
The guy came up to me. He goes, "Hi, my name is Brian. I'm the manager here." Shook my hand. I shook his hand. And I said, "Thanks, Brian." He walked back inside. I ordered my food. I'll do a quick one of the story.
Right.
I shook my hand. He shook his hand. I shook.
Wait,
I shook
you
his
shook
hand.
your hand. He shook his hand. that
I'm telling you,
must have
and
looked ridiculous.
This is like a long trip to an amusement park that's been shut down.
yeah, it's the road
That's
to Wally
exactly
World.
what this is. But go ahead.
Anyway, I ordered my food. The waitress gave it to me or whatever. Then she goes, "No, Brian took care of the bill. It's comped." And I don't even know Brian from anyone. I've never met him through any
Yeah, maybe you met him at a gay
at
bar.
a gay event. No, I haven't. He wasn't gay. He was straight.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But and then I got a free dessert. Basically, long story short, I wasn't interested in the dessert. I was very full. They have large portions at that restaurant, and
I'm saying to you.
Matthew was exactly
Yeah, yeah.
correct.
I mean,
in
really-
this story
Well,
just
let's
being
just
one of the
next
most
thing, move on.
awful
Next
things to
thing,
ever
we'll
enter my ear.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is just
That's
it's
a
just not a
bad
great
one.
story. And I told
Yeah.
you that at the time when I was driving you.
You
I
know-
said this is not a great story.
All right,
you
listen.
Remember
just
that?
seemed genuinely interested.
No, that's
Well, yeah, because I thought maybe it was going somewhere.
That
But I'm gonna
story
save-
sucks.
It's just, well, yeah, and he's only like a third of the way through it. So
yeah. So let's get out of that. And
It
you know
got
what?
way
let's
better.
let's maybe we'll save the rest of the journal for next time.
Okay.
Or we'll come back to it.
Or we could get into this because you just said that the story gets better. I know that it does not, but do you want to? It's a little
The
exercise.
Coffee Bean.
Do you want to see if it?
Do you want
gets-
to talk about the time we met at Coffee Bean?
You and I met?
Yeah.
Sure. But I don't know what that story is.
When the guy came up to you and asked for the picture.
Well, go ahead.
Do you
Tell
remember that?
story.
Okay, so this is funny.
Okay.
I thought it was funny. I've never talked to anyone about this except right now.
Okay.
Great.
We were at Coffee Bean.
Awesome.
It's like a world exclusive.
I know.
It was.
I'm
It
very
was. It
You
was.
have not
me-
dictated this to your idiot girlfriend who mispronounces every pronoun?
Yeah.
We
Okay.
did not talk about this.
All right.
I because it was in passing, and then I had a dream about it, and then I had more feelings, and then I let it go. But what happened
Wow.
was this: we went to Coffee Bean. It was me, you, and that other guy. Do you remember the other guy?
No, I don't remember this.
Anyway, we had gone to Coffee
Who
Bean.
were we with? Who was it?
Norman. Do you remember that guy?
Bates?
Norman?
Norman.
Okay, keep going.
Anyway.
I have no recollection of this at all.
Anyway, so we were at Coffee Bean, and
You're making it up.
no, this is no, this is a true story.
All right.
And it's not a funny story. I don't want you guys to think it's funny, but it shows your compassion.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I just wanted.
I want that out
Yeah,
there.
I think
Yeah,
that's nice.
He's a very compassionate guy.
It's a good dude.
I was divulging some pretty sad stuff about my life to
Mm-hmm.
Matthew, and I was crying a little bit, but not all the way. And basically, he was listening. Well, this guy. So we're having this
This
conversation.
the first time you had met?
we had met.
Yeah.
No.
No, we had
Oh, okay.
We'd met before,
Okay, good.
and then we were just sitting at the Coffee Bean.
Yeah,
After,
moving right on past that. Sure.
Yeah.
And then basically, this guy had come up to Matthew.
We're at the Coffee Bean with Normie Norm.
Yeah.
with Norm.
Bates.
Norm Bates.
Yeah,
I don't think that's his last name though.
probably not. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I would
Anyway,
hope
we're
not.
sitting there, we're having a
parents.
conversation. I'm crying, Matthew's listening, Norman's chilling, drinking Ice Blended Caramel, and this guy,
Extra espresso.
Yeah.
this guy came up and says,
Sugar-free.
"Hey, I'm a big fan." Thought he was talking to me. He was talking to Matthew.
Why would he be talking to you? What's
Well,
your
hey,
fan? You
managers
don't
at
do
restaurants
Yeah.
come up and
You know
give
what?
him desserts.
Well, that's true. Okay, you
I
get
do a
free
lot.
stuff.
I'm a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
You are a jack
And a master of none.
nothing. You're a jack
You're a
of no
jackass.
trade. But go ahead.
Anyway, this guy comes up, asks Matthew for his autograph,
Right.
and a picture. And Matthew's a very nice man, and I think that under normal circumstances he may have done this. But having seen that I was crying and sad and divulging this information, he politely said, "How about later?" to this guy, because if he had stood up and signed this, taken a picture while I'm sitting there crying, it might it would have been like, well, fuck you, I don't really care about what you're saying, I'm gonna go and
I do remember this now.
Yeah.
And we were actually having a very serious conversation, and I remember exactly who Norman
That's
is.
nice.
And and it was very windy that day, remember?
it was real windy.
Yeah.
An umbrella that was actually sitting right on top of us had blown over. The stewardess came.
Wait a minute.
The stewardess
Whoa,
came over.
let's-
I caught that one.
Cut.
Caught that one.
It's
Stage-
very
was it a
interesting to
stage
watch
attendant?
you catch it yourself.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
stewardess. Inside he's just going, oh shit, I did it again.
I wasn't on an airplane. This didn't happen on an airplane.
yeah, no, it was at the coffee.
Or
bean.
he was like, no, I wasn't on a bus.
I have been taking buses. Do you want to talk about how embarrassing that is?
We can,
No, I think that's a very nice act that Matty did. I think.
No,
you're
I
right.
thought it was really nice, and and I felt really cool about that.
Yeah, and that's an annoying thing. I mean, I've been, Manny and I have been best friends for 10 years, and I'm the photographer all the time, no matter where we go. It's like, and people don't even say where you take the picture. People just throw their camera at me. I've gotten to the point now where if someone's rude when they hand me the camera to take a picture, I will literally take a picture over both of their heads, and then we're done and we leave. So they
Yeah.
don't actually have that
I
picture.
was-
Yeah, it's a
just
very
gotten-
frustrating thing because you're made to
You are
be
what
their
I'm the fans
employee.
You
assistant.
are what you
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah.
And
what?
then I was
No,
no.
no,
No, that-
you are
When
what you
I
eat.
was in, I had a drug problem. Can we talk about the drug problem? I had?
Sure, we can. We can talk about anything you want.
I had a
as
drug
long
and
as it's
alcohol problem.
Ultimately, not terrifying and sad.
I had a drug problem, a drug and alcohol problem. I've got that under wraps somewhat now. But I was in a rehab facility, and I was out at the 3rd Street Promenade, and I was mistaken by some Oriental couples. One
Oriental
couple,
So you were by some Asian
Yeah,
couples.
so they're from the Orient.
by some Chinese Americans as a celebrity, and I had my picture taken
Now,
with them.
let me ask you this: who is it that you think they mistook you for?
That's a good question.
I really don't know.
Has
You
anybody-
have to give a guess. I mean,
Yeah.
Denzel Washington.
Is there
Who?
I
there
mean, I'm
anybody-
not African American, and I'm not.
Yeah. You know what I think is exciting about
probably
you?
not him.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Well,
it's probably not
Let's
Denzel
play a
Washington.
game. Actually, I'd
Well,
like to
okay.
ask a question.
Yeah.
Who
please.
do you think I look like? And then we'll go to Mark, and then Matthew.
Okay.
If you'd have to say,
So you're
any,
going to Jessica now.
Any girl or guy in, anyone. It can be
I
a
really,
politician.
I don't know.
I
Just
think
right
I
off the
look
bat,
unique. Yeah.
I wouldn't be like,
I've-
you look like so.
I've heard one name a few different times, but it's when I was doing a little bit more cocaine and I was a little more slender.
I think it's important to point out, though, that you're currently sober and doing great.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah,
you're telling a lot of
currently
like
I'm-
dicey stories about yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you were a
fantastic.
moron, now you're good.
I'm currently doing well.
Yeah.
I'm doing well in two. See, I actually have financially and socially I'm doing a lot worse, but physically and mentally and bodily I'm
And
doing
spiritually,
much
for
better. And
sure.
spiritually, I'm spiritually more sound now than I've ever been.
Yeah, and I can attest
And
to
I
that.
can,
I think we can both attest to
sure.
that, Manny.
And you guys have both seen me grow. I think from because you've seen me when you've heard me on the telephone when
Yeah.
I've been,
Yeah. Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now.
So let's go back to you wanted to ask a question.
Who do I
Yeah,
think you look
yeah.
like? I don't know.
Anyone?
I couldn't. There's no one particular that right now I'm looking at you. and
Mark?
I think that you look similar.
I think
to.
maybe a cross between you have a young George Clooney mixed in with some Brendan
nice.
Fraser, and Keanu Reeves, and and maybe Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
the
there's a
complexion
little
of-
Brendan Fraser going
Yeah.
on.
I don't see that.
That's the guy in the Mummy.
I've gotten
Naveen
the guy.
Andrews?
I've gotten the guy from this things Enrique Iglesias a lot.
Oh yeah, you do look like him.
I've gotten that a lot, especially when I was more slender. So I
Yeah.
don't know if they thought that's who I was, but I was with I was at kind of like a more exclusive rehab facility, and it was kind of just the way they handle things there.
Yeah.
You roll around in these big black SUVs that are like tinted out windows,
Sure.
and you have someone that's like walking with you, so it kind of looks like you're like a celebrity. So I think it was the whole ambiance that made these people mistake me for someone that I wasn't.
Right.
Okay.
Doesn't have any bearing on anything.
Yeah.
No.
Really doesn't mean shit.
No, not at all.
Do you get that you look like somebody?
I get a few different things.
You
Who
get
do you look
Armand Asante, right?
I get Armand Asante.
Mark
a lot.
looks a little bit like Armand
Yeah,
Asante.
I've gotten
Who's
that.
that?
I've got the Charlie Sheen thing a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Kind of goes around a little bit.
What about you, Jessica? You get
I get Gina Gershon, Sarah
Yeah.
Silverman.
yeah.
You're way more attractive than Sarah Silverman. I would much rather, spend a night alone with you. You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying?
Thank you.
That's good.
Yeah, and
Great.
she's a funny woman.
She's
And I
very
think
funny.
inherent in that, though, he's saying not as attractive as Gina Gershon.
Yeah.
No, I don't even know who that is. That's why the only reason I didn't reference her.
I think more attractive than both.
More attractive than both.
Oh, thank you.
And I was looking at when we took a bathroom break. I was
This is
looking.
going to be awkward for everybody.
I
Yeah,
was
go
looking
ahead.
at
Yeah, you've been talking about
Jessica.
boners this whole time.
I was
now.
looking at Jessica from the back and the front, and I think she's good.
Okay, great.
Huh.
Terrific.
Thank
I
you.
think she wins.
Yeah, I looked at I was looking at her from the back and the front.
Yeah, that's something that nobody
Yeah.
ever
On one
has
side,
ever
two
said.
side, back and the front.
Nobody's
you
ever
know.
said that.
That's
I was under the rug with Jessica.
that's unbelievable to me, buddy. I have kind of a question here. And
Okay.
Manny, do you want to jump into those?
No.
Okay. So one of our favorite shows is Lost.
Yeah.
Manny
Great
comes
show.
over
I
every
also
Wednesday
love
night,
Heroes.
and Christine. That's great. Christine, Maddie, and I watch the show religiously on Wednesday night,
Yeah.
and we're obsessed with it, and it's fantastic. And
I think that show
I met
is
the
better
Indian man
than
from it.
any is better than any.
What was that? Sunday?
I think. Yeah, you just said you,
You
met
mean
the Indian guy.
Naveen
You mean
Andrews?
Naveen Andrews, British
Yeah,
guy.
I met that.
Yeah, he's British.
British.
Well, looks Indian.
Uh,
What do you mean by British?
do you mean Middle Eastern?
Uh,
I mean, the character he plays is
He plays
not
an
from
Iraqi.
Pakistan. Yeah, he's not from India.
well, wherever. I
Oh
met
no,
him.
not whatever.
No,
I mean,
what do
you
you
can't
mean?
just say the man's brown and go from there. I mean, it's
Well,
not.
that's
it's
what
not
that's what I
okay.
meant though. He looks like he is from India.
Yeah, I guess he has a slight Indian look to him. Sure.
Hey, fine.
For the sake of
However,
argument,
He's
all right,
very
let's-
tan.
So I'm glad you met the Indian man. I'm sure.
Yeah, from Lost. I was just saying that because you guys
because we're talking about it.
we were talking about the show. Anyway, the show is good.
Yeah, I was going to say that I like that. I like
I didn't need
the
that.
show Lost more
Yeah.
than anything else in the history of entertainment. That's
For
how
sure.
into it I am.
for sure.
I'd rather see next week's episode of Lost than any movie I can think of.
Or
yeah,
Heroes.
for sure. We don't.
I'm not the
I don't.
big into
I
heroes.
don't love heroes, and Lost is good. It gets the mind
Have
working
you ever seen
and wonders.
Smallville?
You know,
Smallville?
this could go on for I don't even
Is that
know
a
how
show
long.
that you
Yeah,
like,
it's
Smallville?
it's
How
a
come?
Smallville. It's because this guy Tom Welling, real good-looking guy.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know if you know Tom Welling.
Superman.
Superman. It's Superman in the early days.
Sure.
And it just shows what it was like for him when he was a kid in high school and having those superpowers and having to deal with it.
Yeah, I think we're all familiar with what
You know,
Smallville is.
that's
Why
it's been
do
around
you
for
like
a while.
it so much?
I would, one of the things that I fantasize a lot about is having superpowers. That's why I think I like heroes so much too.
Yeah. What superpower would you like to have, buddy?
Yeah. Now that you brought it up. But you said you've
What
thought
a
about
question.
it a lot.
Yeah, and it shouldn't
So
take
that
more
you
than a
should have
second.
this on the tip of your tongue, probably.
Right.
I'll take a page out of Peter's book, and I'd probably.
Is that a saying?
No, that's my cousin.
And I'm going to go ahead and pull a page out of Peter's book
No,
here,
no.
and you know.
I would like I'd like to read minds possibly.
Okay.
And then, but here's the thing: the guy in Heroes.
Read our minds right now. What do you think
Yeah.
I'm thinking right now?
Well, no, but in my power would not only be able to read your mind, but I can put stuff in. Yes, I can change your mind. I can make you like. Let's say I walk into a room and I'm wearing a T-shirt. I could make you think that T-shirt's blue, and you'd say, "Hey, cool blue T-shirt, Andrew," and I'd say, "Oh, thanks, Mark."
Well, that's a ridiculous. Why
Yeah.
would you?
Why would you
can
use
have
the
any
powers that way?
superpower in the world? Why would you want that?
Why not?
And that's
Well,
the way
because
you're going to use that
it's all
power?
about
Because Andrew, there's
perception.
bigger
It's
things
all
that
about
you could do.
perception.
You could fly.
I
You
like
could-
attention, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to
If I
use the
could
one
fly- if
superpower
I
to
could
get me to think that you're wearing a
Yeah,
different
you won't
color
go to a
shirt.
bank and
Here, no,
make the
I'll
teller think
explain
your
this.
check's for $1 million. You're going to make her think your shirt's blue.
Oh, wait a minute though. I can
right.
alter people's perceptions to make them think I'm flying. I could drive a Toyota Corolla down the street and they could think it's a Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to actually do those things because I can make people think them.
Yeah.
I
So
wish
there.
people could see what he just did
Yeah.
afterwards.
He had the look like he had just thought of like the Magna Carta or
Yeah.
something. Like it's just thought of.
What the fuck is the Magna Carta?
Yeah. Well, we'll get
Yeah.
into that later. I think it's Spanish for big Carta.
Yeah, it's kind of like a large.
Yeah. There's somebody. We just. It's
a large car.
Somebody's sweeping up. We're doing this very late at night. Somebody's sweeping up.
Andrew,
out
my
there.
question, starting with the Lost thing, is we've since found out that we started watching the show that it's a lot of the show has to do with the time machine. They're traveling in time.
Yeah.
And my question to you is,
I
if
liked
you-
season 2.
Season 2 was a good season.
Yeah, where they found the what's the name of the Nirvana? No, the
Nirvana,
No,
The Hatch?
The Hatch.
Where they
But
found
was
the
the name of the company?
the Dharma Initiative.
The Dharma Initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hatch.
So my question to you, without further interruption, is
Yeah. Just wait until we ask
if
the
you could
question.
travel anywhere in time, you can go back to any time in your life, what would that time be?
If I could travel back to any time in my life,
Yeah.
could I go prior to my life?
You could go prior to your life, sure. I mean, whatever you want to do, buddy. You have a time machine. It's kind of up to you.
Yeah. Where would you go?
I would go back to the supposed Jesus times.
And
Oh,
what
you'd
would
go
you
to
do?
the Jesus times.
I would want to see if any of that shit really went down.
Yeah. Any of that shit? You mean the stuff that's written in the Bible?
In the
Yeah.
Bible, I
Yeah.
want to see if any of the
That's a good
biblical.
answer, actually. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's
I'd
a
like
good
to see if any of the biblical time went down like they said it did.
Yeah.
Because here's my view on it. I
Okay,
am
this ought to be
not.
fantastic.
I am not atheist or agnostic or anything like that.
Right.
I don't believe in God the way that I'm Catholic, but I don't believe in God in the Catholic way, I
Right.
guess. But I think that there's 3 religions that are dominating in the world. It's Catholicism, Islam, and Judaism.
Yeah.
Now, they all kind of tell the same story,
Yeah.
with some different variations, but it's all basically the same story, but they all fucking hate each other, and they say that if you're not doing it our way, you're going to fucking die and go to hell.
Right.
So it kind of makes me think if all these people hate each other, but they're all backing up the same thing, that maybe something really did happen back then. So I'd like to go back there and figure it out, because I want to know.
Do you think you'd be able to figure it out? Do
Oh.
you think you should be the guy that goes back and
I mean, more so than other people, yeah, a little bit.
like who? Who would you send after you? Did I say that right?
I know
Just-
what you meant. I
I
mean,
would
yeah,
honestly, in this day and age, I would send someone like you, Matthew. I would
send me?
I would send a celebrity that people would listen to. You send a.
Oh, wait a minute,
You send
wait a minute.
Nancy Ross.
No,
yeah,
he's
but if-
exactly right.
But if you
I
send
should be the guy.
Yeah, but if you send Maddie to Jesus times, do you think that guy's going to be like, "Hey, I love Chandler. This is fantastic."
Yeah,
Do you-
actually, I wouldn't be a
He's
celebrity
not
in
going to be
Jesus'
a
times.
celebrity.
You're misinterpreting me. What you're thinking.
I'm
is
not
that
misinterpreting.
You're thinking Jesus. You're thinking Jesus.
To know
will
you is to
appreciate
misinterpret
friends. No. Okay.
No.
But he's not a celebrity.
No,
It's
yes.
not like he's,
But I'm saying when he comes back with the information, if I give him the information, they go, well, who the fuck are you? And I'll tell him, but then they won't care.
But
If
Jesus
Maddie
hasn't
comes-
seen
No. What he's saying
What
is,
I'm saying
if you
is-
go back and Jesus says, "Hey, here's what's going down," when you come back here after your time travels,
Right.
and you say to the world, "Listen, I went back and this is what I was told," they're going to be less apt to think you're crazy than if someone like Andrew, who they would just throw in Bellevue
Yeah,
in
you
about
need to
3
get.
seconds.
I would get celebrities. That's who I would do. Kind of. Have you ever seen the movie with the puppets and the?
The Muppet movie.
No. With the movie that everyone has AIDS.
Oh, you're thinking of, I know what you're thinking of.
World Police something.
Yeah, very funny. Team
Oh,
America.
yeah,
Team America.
America.
World
Very funny
Police.
movie.
You remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Puppets.
funny.
Yeah. Gary. God damn it.
Muppets.
Yeah. Puppets.
Puppets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muppets.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Neither
not
one.
Muppets. Puppets. Puppets.
Anyway, that's the way to think about it.
Yeah,
That's what I would
definitely
do,
a way to think
because
about it.
I like-
That's what I thought you were going to say.
I
Yeah.
like your answer. I think it's actually really smart.
Okay,
And
so I think
that's pretty
we're coming close to
Yeah.
wrapping up. Is there anything you want to say, sort of in closing? We're going to read your.
we're gonna
new
go to the haiku.
I would like you to ask me because because this is my favorite game. I play this with myself and my girlfriend all the time, and it's what would you rather?
Oh, great!
This is my
This
favorite.
is
I
Christine
would
Holder's favorite game too.
Is it? It's
Yeah.
a good fucking game.
I have a good
Okay.
one to start off with.
Okay.
Actually,
We'll play a little round of what would you rather?
What would you have?
Yeah.
Maybe we could play this every week.
yeah. Okay.
What would you rather do?
So Andrew, I have.
I'd rather do this, Mark.
You know, I
no,
understand
we understand the
completely.
procedure.
You know, the game's as
Yeah.
simple as they come, man. It's you know
It's not going to get easier than this
Complicated
Yeah.
isn't.
what?
game. Yeah, that's okay.
No, no.
Sometimes
so-
Andrew just says things.
Would you rather wear a football helmet for the rest of your life or eat an entire live dog?
How many times do I have to eat the dog?
Well, how many times do you think, Jackhole?
Yeah, just one.
I mean,
time.
once you
You'd
eat
have
him,
to
he's gone.
Yeah. What do you mean? How many times would I have to eat the dog? What do you
I
I mean,
Well,
if you eat him, how
okay,
would you
well,
get
I
him
have
back
some-
again, buddy? We're
Okay,
not traveling.
well-
Time travel's over.
Okay, no. Well, I have 3 questions.
You
First
have 3
question.
questions to that?
Don't you have
Yeah.
an answer to it?
Well,
No,
I have
all
an
right, well,
answer
let him
after
say
I
the
ask
question.
these questions.
All right.
What type of dog?
A
Number
German
1.
Shepherd.
German Shepherd,
Teacup.
full grown.
I'm
I
sorry.
knew it was coming.
Teacup.
First of all, have you ever seen a teacup German Shepherd? Full grown.
Full-grown German
Teacups
Shepherd.
are like Yorkies and Chihuahuas.
Are we talking
and
about
like,
healthy German Shepherd with full beard, full hair?
Yeah,
Can
we
I
are.
shave,
You know what?
can I shave him? I don't want to
You
eat
know
his
what?
hair.
I'll let you
Right.
shave him.
Okay, so I shave him. Now, the football helmet, you're saying I have to wear this when I shower?
I'm saying you have
Yeah.
to wear it for the rest of your life, 24/7. Now, understand that is a real
Football
phrase. 24/7. We're not going to find out later that there's 80 hours in a day. I mean,
Yeah,
actually,
24.
Christine told me that there's only 23
isn't
hours,
even real, Mark.
56 minutes, and like 13 seconds in every day, and that's why
If you
we
explain
have
that
leap
to
year.
Andrew right now, this whole room will blow up.
So there isn't 24 hours in a day, but that's a whole different thing.
yeah.
But
I
yes,
would
you have to wear it all
I
the time.
would rather, at that point, I'd probably rather eat the dog.
Okay.
Okay, eat the dog the one time. All right, do you want to pose a would you rather to any of us?
Yeah, I'll give one to Jessica.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, would you rather have sex with me?
Or not.
No. That's not. She doesn't get off like that.
Would you rather, boy,
Would you rather have sex with me
I could
or
predict that.
Jessica, and then explain?
Or you're asking.
You're asking.
So would
I
she
meant
rather
Jennifer.
masturbate or have sex with you? I think
meant
it's a
Jennifer.
no-brainer.
I meant Jennifer
Oh, so you're asking Jessica if she'd rather have sex with you
or Jennifer Morrison.
Morrison.
Boy, she's just,
Or
Wow.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Or Rosie O'Donnell.
You know what? I have not been with a female yet, so I'm gonna go with Jennifer.
Wow, fantastic.
That was awful.
I would like to say that was my favorite part of the whole
that's
thing.
a completely
bullshit.
straight
I was-
woman has just passed you by for a
Yeah,
woman.
How does that
was
feel, buddy?
That was awful.
All
Shot
right.
to the dick.
Uh,
Look at all this stuff in front of me. I'm like an animal.
No question.
yeah, there's absolutely no question that you are like an animal. Okay, do you want to read his haiku, and then we'll,
here we go.
We'll call it a day.
Bing! It's now time for Andrew's new haiku.
Nice, buddy.
Thanks, bud. It appeared to the outside world. Oh, by the way, this is the other girl's writing.
Oh, so so talk us through that just for a second.
Yeah,
You
he
got
basically went to the other girl and was like, "Hey, I'm going to let you write the cool part."
What happened was my girlfriend left the room. Her roommate was around, and I said, "Katie, let's go ahead and finish this up for me." And she was eating a piece of pizza, and I told her, put it down.
Sure, she's
let's do
thrilled
it.
that you said that.
And
Why didn't you just write this yourself?
She was like having a shake and scratching her ass.
I can't tell you too much about that.
Nope,
Why?
nope.
Why didn't you just write this yourself?
It's really some things I just can't. I don't have the will.
Did it
for
affect your creativity, you think? Easier
Yeah,
You like
yeah.
the spoken word.
I'm like the spoken word.
No, not you're like the spoken word. You like the spoken word.
Yeah.
That
you don't say
too.
I'm like the spoken word. That's unbelievably retarded.
Okay. So read
Inverted.
the haiku, and then we'll get the.
And she wrote
Yeah.
it.
And she wrote it. Okay.
All right.
Read the haiku, and
Here
we'll
we
get
go.
the hell out of here for now.
All right. It appeared to the outside word.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It appeared to the outside
Where
word.
are you living? Who are these people that you're living with?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? that didn't bump you at all?
It appeared to
Read that
the
again.
outside word. Is there an inside word?
Oh, I meant world.
Yeah, I know
Right.
that's what you meant, and that's why I'm saying, who are you living with? Who are these people that are not going, hey, Muron, say world?
Or why wouldn't she just say nothing
why
and just
wouldn't
go
she just
world?
change it?
Yeah. Why wouldn't she just add the L? All right. No answer.
No, just don't want to answer that at all? Okay, great.
It appeared to the outside word as if I was just enjoying my coffee and a cigarette. But I was doing a lot more. I was calculating the age, expecting of each person around me. Although I'm not an accountant, I feel I can narrow down how long someone will live within 3 years. Only time will tell if my theories are accurate. The African-American fellow to my left looks like a worm. I want to punch him in the throat.
Yeah. Just the first thing before he finishes, this is not a fucking haiku. Not even close. Okay? This is just what a crazy person
is a
dictates
rant.
to
This is a
another
rant.
crazy person who then gets everything wrong.
Yeah, well,
That's what's happening here. It's not a haiku, but go ahead.
This African-American fellow.
What?
The African-American fellow to my left looks like a worm. I
The
want to
African-American fellow to my left looks like a
I
worm.
want to punch him in the throat.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm not going to. If I had to die in any way, it would be deprivation.
What are you talking about, man? Well, this goes full circle. This is you're hungry again and torturing people.
I just.
I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Please just read the haiku.
If I had to die in any way, it would be deprivation. I mean, you expect me to read this like it's normal. Like I
just
can't.
Please, I beg of you. to
I'm
get
growing
through
fonder of the colors green and blue. I don't know where these feelings are coming from. Sobriety is a mystical man. I'm tired. I'm sad. I feel itchy. It's warmer than it should be. Bing.
Wow.
You're completely insane, and I also
You're a
want to know.
madman.
I want to know what the girl's doing. Just the fact that she just kept writing it.
Yeah, I mean,
Did she editorialize it all and go, "Hey, man, you're not making any sense"? to me."
well, I told her that that wasn't. Here's the thing: is
What's happened?
oh,
Did you get some moisture in your hand?
Oh.
You walking around the face of the planet, moron.
it's just the flakes from this.
Oh, it's just the flakes from
Yeah.
that. Okay, so here's the thing. You told her to not
I told her
editorialize.
do not interrupt me.
You said don't interrupt me.
I don't interrupt my thoughts. No, because I didn't want her to have any. See, a lot of times when I speak, people will stop me and say, "Hey, you're not making sense," or "Hey, why don't you do it this way?" Or,
I can't understand why anyone
Yeah.
would do that. To
Yeah.
and but
Yeah.
I mean,
they didn't. I told her that that's not acceptable for this thing.
Right.
I said, just let me go. Let me say what I got to say. And then afterwards, if you want to give me some criticism, then you can. And at that point, I just walked out of the room. I didn't even wait for the criticism.
You didn't want the criticism.
I didn't want
you
it
just
because,
left.
Yeah, because
It's the old dictate the haiku and get out
Yeah.
of the room.
yeah,
trick.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the dictate.
lick
bolt.
it and kick it.
Yeah, it's lick it and
Wow.
kick it.
Yeah,
Okay, I
lick
think this is enough for any human being to have to withstand and
There's a
take
lot
in
to
a
ponder.
Yeah, I had fun.
row. We had fun too, Andrew, and thank you, Jessica,
you're
and thank
welcome.
you, Christine and Jennifer, and thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Maddie.
And we will be back next week. And I will tell you all, and this is not a big Sally. This was really fun to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had
I'm
a
not
good
loose
time,
of it
too.
at all.
Okay. Thank you very
Dan.
much.